It's a me, a Mario.
Yes, our club cricketer has taken leave for the pod and has been replaced by his Italian brother.
Yeah, it's it's a me, a Mario.
For for more explanation, please see our Instagram page.
If you weren't watching our Instagram page on the weekend, you will not have context for this. But I was at Headingley for days 3 and 4. Well, how much ever of day 4 we ended up getting, which is I think till about lunchtime.
Just
Um,
about till lunch. Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, welcome to the No Balls Cricket podcast. I've forgotten what episode it is because it's not me, the club cricketer. It's a me, a Mario. So over to you.
I want to see if you could last an entire episode speaking in a fake Italian accent.
I mean, I can, but I don't want to.
Right. Anyway,
Yeah. Anyway,
that
moving
is
on.
Mario slash Siddhant Pradhan,
Yeah.
one of the two
Yeah.
alter egos.
Alter ego.
This is Aditya Devrat dealing with this nonsense.
Yeah. You don't have your Luigi cap on. Fail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's well also because I had no time in between the 2 minutes of prep time we had for this where you popped up on video wearing this cap. Yeah, I had no
This is
time to
also
get
true.
one.
Yeah. I like making you look like an idiot. Anyway.
Well, I mean, as long as you're looking like an idiot along with it.
All right. We'll jump quickly into the roundup because there's a lot of not much has happened in the weeks that has followed the test match, which ended on
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yes, the test ended on Saturday. It seems like a long time ago, but it was only 3
No,
days ago.
I'm trying to remember because a lot of alcohol has passed through my system since that. Also, Headingley does very cool glasses.
Headingley does very cool. What, sorry?
They do like the glasses that you drink you get the beer. Very cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool ones.
Headingley is actually, I think, I enjoy watching cricket more there than I do at Wankhede. Wankhede, when I've been for like ODIs and T20s, the atmosphere has been better, but Headingley was just a general better cricket fan experience.
Mate, if you're in a stand where there is a bunch of butchers chasing around a pig, that was a Saturday. Let me tell you what happened on the Friday. There was a bunch of nuns being chased around by the Pope. Western Terraces, ladies and gentlemen. All right, on that very happy note, into the roundup we go.
So the big news is two legends of the game retiring. Which one should we start with? I think they both contributed equally to cricket in the last 15-20 years.
Wait, what? 15-20 years?
Okay,
fine. Let's before this conversation gets even more convoluted and you guys think we're all you already think we are crazy because anyway, the two retirements are Dale Stein, bona fide legend of the game, really sad to see him go, but what a player, and the other water player, Stuart Binney.
The holder of the best ODI figures for India.
Yeah, he's also one notch above DK on my hit list. So, in terms of who should never play cricket for India again, well, one has retired. The other one's as close to retirement as you can get.
DK has headed back from commentary duties to the IPL, probably trying to make a last-minute bid to join the T20 World Cup squad.
By the way, I hope you remember our bet.
I do not remember our bet. Which bet is this?
A few episodes earlier, we have made a bet that if Dinesh Karthik ends up getting picked in the Indian T20 squad, I have to grow a moustache.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're kind of already doing one. You're getting there.
Yeah, I know, but this is going to be shaved off in the morning, so there's no point.
Okay. Fair.
Also, if I actually end up growing the moustache, I will literally look like Mario.
Yes.
I will put the pictures and videos from Headingley at the end of the podcast.
Very noble and honest of you to remind me of this bet because I had completely forgotten.
No, I was looking forward to it, saying that now I'm thinking that if Dinesh Karthik does not make the squad, what do
No,
you
we
do?
can't. We can't. Oh, no,
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 we're
no,
not
no, no,
changing the
no,
condition.
no, no, no,
We're
no, no.
not changing the conditions of the
There,
match.
there's it's a loop. 1 minute, 1 minute.
If
Hang on. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. So you're basically telling me that this is like flipping a one-sided coin. Heads I lose, tails you win.
pretty much. But the point is that it's not a 50-50 proposition to begin with, right? We like
Of
when
course
we
it
made
is.
the no, it's not, because it's not like there's not a 50% chance that Dinesh Karthik is making the World Cup squad. It's very, very low.
Yeah, but by some fluke of luck, you don't know, man. I don't know. Fucking some ghost takes over the BCCI and then decides that DK should be captain or something. You never know what's
Or
going on.
he heads back to the IPL and suddenly starts hitting like quick fire 50s and hundreds all over the place.
Why? Because he's playing Bangladesh again. Anyway, moving on from this whole DK conversation. So
But
two
yes,
retirements
coming back to
coming
Stuart
back, coming
Binney.
back. Let's start with Stuart Binney and then we'll move on to Dale Steyn.
Yeah. Stuart Binney was supposed to be the fast bowling all rounder that India had been searching for since a player from his father's age.
Stop.
Okay.
Fast bowling. Carry on.
Yes. Obviously has those figures against Bangladesh. 6 for 4, best ever by an Indian bowler in ODIs. Got picked for an England tour. Hit a couple of 50s or 150. I don't know which. In that 2014 tour.
Match saving 50 on the last day on the slowest pitch ever known to mankind.
Yes. In Nottingham.
Very famous pitch, very famous test match for two reasons.
Well, this is the same match James Anderson got his 82 or whatever.
Yeah, it's also the same match that Alistair Cook got Ishant Sharma out in.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I say two separate reasons, neither of which was Stuart Binney.
That's quite a spread, huh? You get remembered for James Anderson batting and Alistair Cook bowling.
Yeah, I know. That's quite a spread, isn't
it? What a match.
What a match. Absolutely legendary.
Yes.
But
anyway, Stuart Binney, who has then been trying to sort of extend his career in the IPL and make some waves, it's never really happened.
Yeah, but that's because he's Stuart Binney. He can't bat, bowl, or field.
Yes, he. Let's just say he's not that good.
Really?
That is
like the biggest. That is like the understatement of the century. He's not that good.
I mean, by international cricket standards, he has not lived up to the billing of his name and or the reputation he very early on in his career started getting.
He does have an interesting thing, though. He's one of only 2 Anglo-Indian cricketers to have represented India.
Who's the other?
Really? You really want to ask that question? Who is the other?
Yeah, unless you're assuming, unless the answer is meant to be his father, but
of course the answer is his father.
Somehow I just felt it would be a harder question to answer. If it's just the two of them, then sure, fine.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
1 minute.
Right.
You do the maths. There's 2 Anglo-Indian cricketers that have represented India. Stuart Binney. And this is knowing that his father's already played for India.
To be fair, I had forgotten that his father was Anglo-Indian. So
okay, fine. Anyway, let's not, because the stupidity of this conversation is now getting the better of both of us. Let's move on to the most sad one, Dale Steyn, absolute legend of the game. Also legend of Hollywood. He actually appeared in a Hollywood movie.
I've seen parts of this movie actually.
It is called Blended. Dale Steyn is in a Hollywood feature film. It stars Adam Sandler.
Yes, it's an Adam Sandler and Drew Barrymore.
And Drew Barrymore, that's the other one. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. I suddenly stumbled upon this movie like a year and a half ago because it was on Netflix.
Yeah, I know. It's a terrible movie. Do not watch it. But
it's an absolutely horrible movie.
Just watch it for Dale Steyn.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, no one gets to the end. As long as you get to Dale Steyn.
But exactly, yeah, that one scene, I'm like, holy shit, that's Dale Steyn. So clearly, that's his most memorable moment of his career. But also,
that's his Hollywood career. The most memorable moment of his international career was the last ball 6 that Grant Elliott hit in the 2015 World Cup semi-final.
Ouch.
Sorry.
You had to go there.
All South Africans, please turn the camera off now. No, I'm kidding. No, but Nielsen has had. Sorry, I had to go there because South African heartbreak in a World Cup never goes anywhere. Um, no, but I mean,
Yeah.
so many highlights from basically destroying Michael Vaughan to getting Tendulkar out, taking what was it, 13 wickets in Nagpur of all places to beat India.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But what a beast of a bowler, man. He was quick,
I think if
swing
it
it.
weren't for injuries, he'd be
Yeah.
going down as like unquestionably the best bowler of best fast bowler of his era.
I
I think
actually,
because he
I actually think, and I know James Anderson's now got like 200 more wickets than him.
yeah,
But,
and I mean the difference there is that Anderson's just had better fitness for
and
the
also
latter
played
part
a
of his
hell of a lot more.
well because he's had better fitness
Well, yeah, that too. But
because he's not been as injured.
also because he plays for England and not South Africa.
Yeah, also that.
Yeah. But undoubtedly, one of the greatest fast bowlers I've ever seen, and
Yeah.
absolute legend. And a fun character as well. I mean, if anybody's
Oh
ever,
yeah, absolutely hilarious.
yeah, absolutely hilarious. And but yeah,
He
just
showed up in a Hollywood movie, and remember, Americans aren't going to know who Dale Stein is, so that should show how much of a character he is.
also how little he cares.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's sad. I mean, it's really sad. He was one of the most, possibly my favorite bowler of the modern generation.
Oh yeah, easily. I think out of fast bowlers, he's definitely been my
Yeah,
favorite.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's basically the roundup. We only had 2 retirements to talk about. Let us
Yes.
now.
The CPL has started. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, the IPL is becoming 10 teams from next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have been
I'm
told.
just
We have been told
quickly going through.
We have been told one of the names of those teams. Of course, they're going to be based in Pune because every time the
I don't
IPL
get why
decides,
Pune is getting
I
named.
don't know
Listen,
why either. But now they're going to be.
Yeah, I
1 minute,
don't.
1 minute, 1 minute. Let me finish. We now have the team name for one of the 2 names. The Pune-based franchise is going to be called the Maharashtra Mithais. That is courtesy the commissioner of the IPL fantasy group that we play on, Adam Alves. Thank you for
Yes.
that.
We need the Guyana crew actually on to talk about West Indies, and maybe we'll let them talk about the CPL also.
Yeah, maybe we'll let them talk about the CPL as well. Maybe we do one where we're not there and they're just talking about the CPL amongst themselves.
We'll think about it.
We'll think about it. Yeah. Right. Let's now get back to what we're really here to talk about.
Yes, India versus England.
Oh, sorry, I'm wearing the hat. I completely forgot about that. Right. And this is India versus England. Here we go.
We are back on our 20-minute.
We are
timer.
also back on our 20-minute timer, so don't waste time.
Yes. So, as if anyone watched or listened to the previous episode, of course, SP and I were very confident about that test match, which way it was going to go, and then India's batting collapse lineup showed up and destroyed all of our predictions. Collapsing on the first day, collapsing again on the fourth day. In both cases, lasting. I'm trying to say they lasted. What was it? 48 overs on day one.
But how does it matter how long they lasted? They couldn't even make a bloody 100.
Basically, they were 78 all out. That's what matters. But 40 overs. Sorry, 40 overs, 70 all out. James Anderson and Ollie Robinson. Actually, just about every bowler for them pretty much.
1 minute. They made Craig Overton look good.
Yeah, Overton got 3 wickets.
Yeah.
And at one point, 2 in 2 balls.
No, it was just pathetic batting, and it basically
pathetic
ruined
batting. Yeah, because there's no coming back. This scorecard had been doing the rounds of an Ashes game from a few years ago where England were like 67 all out at Headingley and then still came back and won the match, but wasn't going to happen.
But then they didn't give up 400 and whatever it was in the first inning. Our bowling was
exactly
atrocious as well. I mean, Ishant Sharma decided that it's 2014, so that version of him came out.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm wondering if he was like carrying a niggle of some sort, and that's why he wasn't at his best, because he was just extremely disappointing. And honestly, the day 2 bowling wasn't bad. If you take out the fact that we were playing from 78 all out. On day 2, England scored 303 runs, lost 8 wickets. You take that in any day of Test cricket.
The
But
pitch also did flatten out the next few
and
days.
the pitch flattened out. But yeah, the
Yeah.
overall bowling wasn't great. But of course, the story here is the batting.
Yeah. I mean, the batting, that, and then on top of that, you get Joe Root making another bloody 100. And
Yeah.
honestly, it looked like this. He's in such good form right now that I'm watching his game and I cannot find a weakness. How do
I
you get
think
him out?
Bumrah's bowled a few magic balls to him, that outswinger that just ducks in first and then goes away. And that's a difficult ball for
Yeah.
anyone to play.
I mean,
But
that's my
beyond
point.
that, yeah,
That's my point.
it's
taken
taking absolute brilliance to get him out.
It's taken possibly the best fast bowler in the world to conjure complete magic to get him out.
Yeah. Like people are getting out to good balls, and that happens. But sometimes you want them to survive with good balls also. Joe Root isn't getting out to anything but the best balls.
Exactly. So they bat through day 4. I mean, also the fact that their openers got 50s helped.
Day 2.
Through day 2.
Yeah.
Also, the fact that their openers got 50s helped. I mean, it was the first 50 first 100 partnership since 2016.
Yeah. We let Rory Burns play himself into form. I'm not surprised that I've always liked Haseeb Hamid, so I was happy that he did well-ish. But and then we let David Malan also come in and score 70 runs when that was looking like it was supposed to be a totally outrageous call to even have him in the team.
1 minute. Do you know why David Malan scored runs? Do you remember who kept taking him out? No. Do you remember who kept taking him out of the series in 2018?
Was it Ishant?
It was Ishant Sharma. Because Ishant Sharma kept getting him out.
Yes, of course. I do remember that. Ishant getting him out from around that wicket lineup. And yeah, he just wasn't on it on that day. I mean, I've never seen Ishant go at 4 and over for an innings in a long, long time.
No, he was just poor. That's basically the problem.
Yeah.
And it let them off a bit as well.
And yeah, because there was the only hope India had was to take early wickets and try keeping that total down. The moment England got to England got to 430, it was it would take a miracle to get anything out of that match, and obviously it didn't happen.
I mean, they batted pretty well in the second innings. Rohit Sharma's propensity to get out after scoring 50 amazes me. I was there on day 4.
He got a bad umpire's call. That should never have been given out.
Yeah, but you just know he's not going to make 100. I don't know why. It just doesn't.
I feel bad for it because at Lords he was playing like a dream and then got a beauty from Anderson. Meanwhile, I don't think Rahul's innings was as good, but he got the century.
Yeah, that's also there. And so Rohit Sharma got 50, got out. Pujara then batted really well to get to 90. And actually, to be fair, to the end of the day, him and Kohli looked really set. Except for the one scary moment where Javo runs on the pitch at Headingley, dressed up as a batsman this time. Absolute legend.
In his defense, he might have done better than a lot of the Indian batsmen.
Well, yeah, but definitely better than Rane. I mean, Ajinkya Rane at this point in time looks like a walking wicket. Someone needs to pull him out of the firing line.
And it's also, I mean, he's just done this thing of coming up with one key innings every so often. We all remember the Melbourne century. He got 60 in the last match, but overall in just the last 3-4 years, he's just not been consistent. He's averaging under 40 or something. It is since the start of since 2016.
His average at the start of 2014. Sorry, after the 2014 England tour was 50. It is now 40. That's a 10-run gap over 6-7 years.
Yeah, exactly. And it just shows that he's just been getting small scores and largely underperforming, apart from the odd innings where he gets something big.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said earlier, a string of low scores in between two mammoth ones doesn't really help your cause.
Nope. Yeah.
So
I don't think he's going to be dropped, but
do you know what?
But yeah,
I know he's the vice captain, and I know he's probably one of your better batsmen. But man, he needs to be pulled out of the firing line in a hurry. Also, when I'm talking seriously, I think I should take this off. It's a bit difficult to get. I'll put it back on for the award segment.
So this is a stat I was looking for. Since the start of the home series against England in 2016, which started around December or something of that year, Rahane's averaged 33 in 48 tests.
And exactly my point.
No other top or middle order batsman in the last 30 years for India has averaged under 35 across any 48 test stretch. So, he's not just, it's not just that he's underperforming for a long time, he's underperforming in a way that no one ever has for India. And he's gotten a very, very, very long rope.
No, absolutely. Anyway, they batted through, basically they batted through the fourth, till the fourth evening. So pretty much practically all the way up to day 4. And then the fourth morning,
through day 3, basically.
Yeah, through day 3. The fourth morning was beautiful. We were in the Western Terraces. The sun was out. It was a gorgeous day in Leeds, honestly. You get up to the ground. There's about 8 different varieties of Mario and Luigi in the stand. We found Waldo. She was sitting behind us. The trumpet guy was there, the Bharat Army with the dhol and the sax. And it was a really good atmosphere. And then India have to decide that they're going to fucking finish the entire game by lunch.
8 for 63 on that morning, huh?
It was awful. Yes, they got some good deliveries. But by and large, it wasn't great batting.
Yeah.
And Pujara, what he was doing, I still have no idea. Why he would leave that ball.
At 91, having played such a good innings.
Yeah, exactly.
And he just leaving a ball that was coming into him. Kohli yet again playing at a ball he didn't need to. Rahane playing again at a ball he didn't need to. Pant playing at a ball he didn't need to. Pant, low-key,
Pant for getting out defending for what joy?
But not just defending, but like defending poorly. Everyone remembers Pant for obviously the attacking shots he has, but Pant genuinely does have a fairly solid defense. He's just somehow just lost his off stump, from that particular angle of right arm over bowling across him. He's just forgotten how to defend that ball.
I think he should just forget about defending in general and decide that he wants to be Viru Sehwag, and that's it. He'll be fine. That's it. That's all he needs to do.
Pant has gone under the radar because the middle order has been so bad, and this was Kohli's first 50 of the series in that innings, and he's been underperforming. But Pant has not been getting the runs we need him to, and especially when he's batting at 6 and we're going in deliberately a batsman light. It's not good enough.
Agreed. But
I'm not saying we should replace him. It's all because also he's a wicketkeeper, and we're not bringing in a keeper. So.
That was pretty much the test match. By lunchtime it was done. The lower order didn't put much resistance up this time because England actually bowled properly at them. And that was it. They won by an innings in 70 odd. So yeah,
totally making up for the collapse of losing 10 wickets in 60 overs on day 5 at Lord's. It leaves the test series a lot more evenly poised than I thought it would be. Because
I know.
I still think think India are the better side, but now
we'll get to that. I just want to go through what England did actually, because you look at they've actually somehow found a few pieces kind of fitting together suddenly.
The bowling attack, their bowling depth has come and bailed them out basically.
Yes, but
we didn't realize they had this bowling.
No, but the other thing is then their top 3, which hadn't been getting runs for a long time, got runs, and it made a huge difference.
And they made the hard calls they needed to, dropping Sibley and Crawley.
Dropping Sibley and Crawley. David Malan getting runs was a big thing for them. But he just looks more assured than either Sibley or Crawley at 3. Hamid looked good as an opener. He seems to have a decent technique. There may be a flaw that we will unpack as the series goes on. But what he did prove is he's a pretty good player of spin, and then he got an absolute jaffa from Jadeja to get him out. And
he's gotten out to some actual jaffas in the 3 innings he's played so far.
Yeah, that's true. We know what we're going to get from Rory Burns. He's a pretty stable kind of player, and
But he hadn't been amongst the runs in the series. This was one of his better innings.
This was one of then Joe Root decided to put his Super Mario hat on and just becomes Super Root.
Joe Root has been Super Mario / Super Joe / Super Root, whatever you want to call him, for pretty much the entire series, and pretty much the last year and a half for England.
See
Is
what I
it
did there,
holding that batting? Yes, I did see what you did there. I don't
but
think it was hard to see what you did there.
stating the obvious is always a crime. But no, Joe Root's been superb.
Yeah.
Johnny Bairstow got runs as well.
Johnny Bairstow actually had probably one of his lowest returns of the series.
Yeah.
And
he's gonna be keeping in the
he's
next
gonna
game
be
as
keeper
well.
for the next test. Yeah. So he's kind of guaranteed a spot, but though of course he got his 50 at Lords. I think he got a 50 in the first match as well, but he's not scored big runs and he's found ways to get out. It didn't matter in this particular match.
So
but
basically, unka Rohit Sharma, he's there. Rohit Sharma, he'll get runs, but he'll find ways of getting out and not getting to 100. Basically,
Rohit Sharma in the first innings of this test match, by the way, having played a Pujara-like innings, he was like 19 of 100 balls over there. All right, and now Rohit Sharma is now prompting questions. Are India playing too slowly? They should counter attack so they can shift the momentum. All the sort of controversy you get around Pujara, Rohit Sharma is getting this. Imagine after playing a innings that most openers can't play, then he gets out in the worst and most Rohit Sharma way possible.
Trying to lob one somewhere must be. I haven't seen that dismissal, to be honest.
He missed time to pull to short mid on. Even mid on.
That is got to be the most Rohit Sharma dismissal you have ever heard of.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Exactly. But anyway.
Anyway, so that's that. We know we're gonna get from James Anderson. He was bloody brilliant again. Robinson was
England
great.
England have some interesting selection thoughts to consider over their bowling attack. Robinson was great. Overton was all right, but with Chris Wokes coming back, it probably adds another option to their bowling.
They take the easy route. Sam Curran was terrible throughout the game. He gets pulled out.
Yeah, Sam Curran probably gets dropped. Yeah. Sam Curran probably gets dropped. Mark Wood was bowling in the nets again today, so he might be back for Overton.
To be fair, we did see him at the nets at Headingley, but he didn't look fully fit.
So let's see. That option is there. I saw a rumor that they're considering resting James Anderson so that he, in terms of keeping everyone fit for the Ashes. I think it would be an absolutely stupid decision because
I think that's a stupid
Anderson.
Decision.
Yeah.
I agree.
And this is a rumor. I highly doubt England will do it.
I don't think
Anderson is all over India right now. He's
bowling some seriously good stuff. So there's no point even arguing this.
And the Oval won't give Headingley swing, but you don't drop Anderson. Not with this series.
You never know. They might leave some grass on the surface.
And you never know.
Yeah. So I think we all assume England's best chances are when the ball's doing a bit. Because if they come across India on a flat wicket where the ball's doing nothing and the ball doesn't, and if the weather's good and it doesn't swing, they will just get murdered because then the batsman can actually play. And our bowling attack is, I think, for flatter conditions, better equipped than England.
Even for seaming conditions, India's bowling attack can match England. It's just when the ball is swinging that England is at a different level.
No, I think the other thing is then the batting has to come through. Now batting in the last game. I don't think we're going to repeat a performance as poor as that.
No. It is a good thing that now with Pujara and Kohli finding some form and Rahul having been in form before this match, Rohit is stupid dismissals aside, has looked the best batsman on tour actually. Mm-hmm. You could maybe say that there's a somewhat potentially reliable top four again, whereas coming into this match, it was really just a top two and then Jadeja in the batting lineup. But interesting to see where that goes. I don't think Rahane is getting dropped. Yeah. I saw a theory that said let's move Jadeja into like 5 or 6. Either swap him with Pant or just play him as a regular batsman since he's not really doing that much as a bowler anyway.
I mean, to be fair, he did bowl quite a bit at Headingley, and he did bowl pretty well.
Yeah, in this match he did, and he bowled pretty well.
I think
it is interesting though because he is actually one of India's better batsmen now.
Agreed, and I think you may have a point where saying pushing him ahead of Pant might not be the worst option in the world.
Yeah. I have a slight theory that just push Pant up and to 5. That's where he played his best innings in Australia, but he's also just clearly not really finding his form in England at the moment.
He's also not coming in the easiest of situations, to be fair to him.
I mean, he is also, I guess, just the fact that he doesn't have batting depth behind him, which, as injury decimated as India's side was in Australia, there were still people that he could trust coming in after him. Here, he only has Jadeja, and that definitely makes a difference.
Okay,
but
we'll move on to what our predicted lineups are. Couple of questions now.
Is Ashwin playing?
First question is Ashwin playing?
That's the hard
Tempting,
one.
no? Because Ishant Sharma swap out Ashwin in. That gives you Ashwin can bat as well, so he's a decent number 8.
Yeah.
And also gives you the extra spinner.
Definitely shows up the batting lineup. I think Kohli is very, very wedded to this 4 fast bowlers theory, and I understand
but
why.
I think this is all going to depend on the wicket, because the Oval is the spinningest international wicket.
Usually England's most spin friendly.
That's one. Two, I really want to see somebody else bat at 5. I think Rahane is he needs to be pulled out of the firing line.
Has
gotten runs, he hasn't.
Well, I mean, he got runs in the previous match.
Yeah, but okay, relatively.
I think he.
But he just looks disorganized. Is my problem.
I think he should be dropped. I don't think he will be dropped.
Okay. And if you did drop him, who would you put in? Do you bring in Vihari? I'm really tempted to bring in Surya Kumar Yadav at this stage.
Yeah, I know you are, and I'm not really sure where that's coming from, honestly. Apart from that, we've seen him in limited overs cricket. We know he can play well, but it would be a pretty risky play to bring him in out of the cold for a test debut at this point.
Agreed. And my other problem with Vihari is I've seen him at the international level, and okay, he's done great at first class cricket, and he's made a lot of runs, right? But I don't know. There's something about him that doesn't sit right for me at test level. There's a weakness against the short ball that we know of, but also against the seaming swinging ball. Can he really handle it?
I mean, look, he came in. He made his debut in similar circumstances as to what you're suggesting Surya Kumar Yadav should be doing. In a struggling tour, who did we drop then? Was it DK or Rahul? I can't remember who we dropped at that stage.
I think he opened with Rahul in that game, didn't he? At the Oval. No, he batted.
No, Vihari didn't.
No, he got a 50 on debut. He got a 50.
Yeah. I can't remember got a 50 on debut, but not as an opener. Yeah.
Rahane was the one. Rahane got injured, and they picked him instead of Karun Nair.
There we go. Yeah. But point being, Vihari's, I think, shown that he can play decently well. He's probably not going to be a great test batsman, but he's shown it he's played well in England, he's played well in Australia, he's played well in the West Indies.
You never know. And the West Indies does have a decent pace attack, so there was a good 100. Look, honestly, if at this point, if I'm India, I'm dropping Rahane. I'm even. There's our 20 minutes. But yeah, we'll just finish off quickly.
We're basically both saying Ashwin and either Surya Kumar or
Vihari. Yeah.
Or Ishant and.
But Rahane. Depends on the conditions. I think Ishant Sharma also needs a break. So in case they leave some grass on the pitch, and then you're tempted to play Shardul Thakur again, and that'll again shore up the batting.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So I mean, honestly, Ashwin's probably a better batter than Shardul Thakur. You pick Thakur because he's a pace bowler. Thakur because he's a pacer.
Yeah. That's India. England, I think the only swap that they'll make is Curran out and Wokes in. I don't think anything else will change. I think they're not sure about Wood being fully fit, so they're not going to risk him. And they probably pick him in the 5th test at Old Trafford here, where the pitch is a bit quicker than the Oval.
Well, the other thing is they have to find someone else to come in for Butler. It'll probably be Ollie Pope, I guess.
That's the other thing. Yeah. I think Ollie Pope will come in. I know Sam Billings has been added to the squad as cover, but I don't see him playing. I think Pope will come in. Pope will probably bat 5, actually, and Bairstow will bat 6.
And Bairstow will take the gloves.
And Bairstow will take the gloves. So
this effectively does make Ben Foakes the specialist wicketkeeper for the subcontinent.
Yeah, so he's Saha.
Plays only in Sri Lanka and India.
So Saha ban gaya na? Ho gaya. Don't see the point. Predictions for the game itself depends on the wicket. It could go either way now. This is getting confusing to call.
Kohli won a toss and lost the
Yeah,
match.
so lesson learned. Don't win the toss, win the match. By the way, also he's won his one toss now. He's not going to win another one for the rest of the series. So get used to that. I still have a feeling though that, and I've seen the weather up here, that test match in a couple of weeks' time, I can give you guarantee you're losing time for rain. Guarantee.
So you're saying effectively that this could end up being the decider?
This could end up being the decider because I have a feeling that's going to be drawn. It's been, well, I mean, it hasn't rained for the last 3 or 4 days, but it's rained today.
It's Manchester. Manchester means you have a 50% chance of rain any day of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, moving on. We are now moving swiftly through to our favorite segment of the hour.
Who is our awards winner this year? This year, I'm saying. This
Me at least
episode.
It's time for the No Balls Cricket Awards. Right.
I still don't know who this goes to.
Wait, did we have a winner for a no? Was there a no ball where a wicket was taken? I don't even remember.
I don't think so.
Did anyone bowl a set of no balls? Yes, Ollie Robinson.
But no wickets taken off them.
No wickets taken. Even Bumrah bowled a few.
Are you just gonna give one to Jarvo again?
I mean, I'm giving the shithousery. There's competition for the shithousery award, but there's no actual
Listen,
no ball.
I think there should be some award to the players who are playing cricket with you at the stadium.
Oh right, this is true. Concourse cricket. So 2 awards to give out then. The no balls award goes to Javo 69. Yay! For making a repeat performance, this time dressed as a bloody batsman. While Kohli and Pujara are batting, no less. And it was so funny, actually. So we were sitting basically behind the bowler's arm at the Truman stand. So it's sort of just underneath the pavilion. And you see, suddenly there's like this flurry of activity. There's like 2-3 stewards running over, right? And then you're wondering, what the hell is happening? Why is there a third batsman on the field? Then you saw the stewards take him down. Then he raises his bat and then he turns around and the sort of Red Sea parted and you could literally see the number 69. And I was like, oh, he's back. Oh my God, that was funny. And he's Javo, man, new genius. Now he's got a life band from Lords and a life band from Headingley. I don't know what's going to happen at the Oval, and I'm waiting for Old Trafford. I'll tell you that much.
It is a little bit worrying that someone's been able to get onto the pitch 2 matches in a row.
Yeah.
In the middle of a pandemic, this is not like, it's hilarious, but it's also slightly worrying.
No, but I mean, it's ridiculous how lax the security is. I think there were like 5 stewards for the entire ground.
Yeah, that's slightly concerning.
Yeah, exactly. Or at least there were 5 stewards for the Western Terrace, and that's a pretty big stand. So, anyway, that honorable mention goes to Senor Adam Alves and the Maharashtra Mithais. I still find that's a brilliant name. Oh my God! Next thing you know, there's going to be like I don't know, Patna Laddus or something.
I don't think Laddus is what we'd be known for, but fine.
So what? The Patna murderers?
No, that's more Lucknow. Or Ahmedabad, if we really want to go there.
One political statement per episode made. Ahmedabad assholes. That's what they should be named. Anyway, and again, you in case you haven't gone and seen what has been happening on our Instagram over the weekend, I will put the videos at the end of the episode so you can enjoy them. But the concourse cricket was just brilliant. So at the end of the 4th day's play, well, whatever 1 session or 2 we got, people were sufficiently lubed up, and I mean by a beer, not actual lube. So concourse cricket is just brilliant because you get outside and suddenly out of nowhere, bats, balls, stumps appears. They just appear. I don't know who has them. And suddenly you're playing cricket with one guy who's dressed as a fucking chicken. Then there's a butcher. I don't know why the butcher is not trying to bowl at the chicken. That doesn't make any sense. Why he's bowling at Mario, whatever. Doesn't make any sense.
None of this made any sense. It was just people having fun.
It's just people having fun. And well, it was brilliant, completely brilliant. It's such a great atmosphere. And man, the chants are just brilliant. By the way, I must shout out special mention to the trumpeter from the Bami Army. He was completely brilliant. I don't know what his name is, but we spoke to him at the end of the third day's play, and he said he roams around normally. He tends to avoid the western. He goes to the western terrace. Says he plays his trumpet, but he says people are a bit too rowdy over there. And he said, "Do you know when someone yells, 'Shove the trumpet up your ass'? That's my cue to leave."
Yeah.
Also,
Can't
he knows.
blame him for that
By the way, he knows his Indian tunes. Check out the Bami Army's Instagram page. They have a great video of him with the Bhangra band outside playing Punjabi MC. He also bust out some Kal Ho Na Ho in the middle, so chops. But it was such a fun experience. I honestly cannot wait till Old Trafford now.
Hopefully the weather cooperates for that.
It's not going to, but you take what you get.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
On that very happy note, it is time to end.
Yes.
Please drop a like for some videos, yaar. Kuch to karo hamare liye. Also, if you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to say cheese. Do Florentino Perez's drug. Clearly, I've been doing too much of it. Do Florentino Perez's drugs. Like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment for us because clearly no one seems to be doing that except my dad. And the bell icon is floating somewhere around. So click on it and you will get notified of whenever our new videos are coming out. And in case you are listening to us on audio,
yes, subscribe and listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, and why do I always forget the last one? Podcast Addict.
Podcast Addict, that's the one.
Yes.
Thank you very much for watching this, very fun episode with Mario and Luigi. Bihari Luigi.
Bihari Luigi without the green cap.
Without the green cap. He's too broke to have a green cap. Bihari Luigi, basically.
Too underprepared.
Too underprepared. For this, thank you for watching, and you will find us next week after the Oval Test match. And I will also be at Old Trafford for the 5th test, so keep watching for that because you will get a lot of good updates from there.
Who's got the bag? It's bad line. Down here, someone. Rest in peace.